Patience. It's the word every trader hears, but few truly understand. It's what separates those who last from those who vanish after a few painful losses. Patience isn't just a skill, it's a mindset, a discipline, a quiet superpower that turns emotional chaos into calm, impulsive reactions into strategic decisions, and temporary losses into long-term consistency. Every trader starts out thinking the game is about prediction. They chase strategies, indicators, and secret formulas, believing that if they just find the perfect setup, profits will come pouring in. But the truth is far simpler and far harder to accept. Trading is not about prediction. It's about reaction. It's about how long you can wait for the right moment, how calm you can remain while everyone else panics, and how disciplined you can stay when your emotions demand action. The first lesson in trading psychology is this: your brain is wired against patience. We are emotional creatures built for survival, not success. In the markets, your instincts are your biggest enemy. When prices move fast, your heart races, your hands sweat, your mind screams, "Do something." That's your survival brain, the same one that told our ancestors to run from danger. But in trading, running equals losing. The only traders who survive are the ones who can override those primal impulses and wait with intention. Pause for a moment. Think about your last impulsive trade. Was logic or emotion that made you click that button? Until you can answer that honestly, you'll keep repeating the same mistake, chasing action instead of mastering patience. Patience begins with self-awareness. It's not about doing nothing, it's about knowing when to do something. The best traders aren't those who take the most trades, they're the ones who take the best trades. They understand that opportunity in the market is infinite, but capital is not. Every impulsive move costs not just money, but mental energy. Every moment of impatience drains your focus, and when focus fades, so does performance. You see, consistency is not the result of winning every trade. It's the result of making rational decisions over and over again, even when emotions tempt you otherwise. Patience protects that rationality. It creates the emotional distance needed to see clearly, to wait for confirmation instead of guessing. The impatient trader wants to be right now. The patient trader wants to be profitable forever. The difference between the two is not intelligence, it's control. Control over emotion, control over time, control over impulse. Every successful trader learns this lesson through pain. They've all blown accounts, chased losses, and taken trades they swore they'd never take again. That pain, over time, becomes their teacher. It humbles the ego and replaces arrogance with awareness. In the beginning, the market feels like a competition against others, but as time passes, you realize it's only a competition against yourself, against your fear, your greed, your impatience. If you're serious about becoming consistent, start tracking not just your trades, but your emotions. Write down when you felt FOMO, when you acted out of fear, when you hesitated. Your trading journal isn't just about data, it's a mirror of your psychology. True patience is built one decision at a time. It's not something you achieve once and keep forever. It's something you practice daily, just like risk management or chart analysis. Every time you resist a reckless trade, you strengthen your discipline. Every time you wait through uncertainty, you train your nervous system to stay calm under pressure. That's how psychological resilience is built, not in theory, but in real moments of tension when your mind begs you to act. Ironically, the more you force the market, the less it gives you. The more you chase profit, the further it runs. Patience flips that dynamic. When you stop needing the market to deliver results on your schedule, the market starts rewarding your consistency. Because the market doesn't pay the desperate, it pays the disciplined. Patience isn't weakness, it's the ultimate expression of strength. It takes strength to wait when your emotions scream for action. It takes strength to hold your position when volatility rises. It takes strength to close the laptop when your plan tells you there's no setup. Most traders equate action with progress, but in reality, progress in trading often looks like restraint. Every professional trader knows this truth. You make your money in moments of waiting, not in moments of panic. Patience isn't passive, it's preparation. You wait because you know what you're waiting for. You wait because you have a plan. You wait because you understand that one high-quality trade, executed with discipline, is worth more than 10 impulsive trades fueled by emotion. The market will test that patience every single day. It will tempt you with near-perfect setups, big breakouts, and the illusion of opportunity. It will test your ability to sit through boredom, through doubt, through silence. And each time you pass that test, you level up as a trader, not technically, but mentally. Because trading mastery is never about charts, it's about the mind interpreting those charts under stress. The next time you feel the urge to enter a random trade, stop, take a deep breath, ask yourself, is this decision part of my plan or part of my impatience? That single pause could save you months of frustration. Patience isn't glamorous. You won't see it in trading highlight reels or social media screenshots. But behind every consistent trader's success story lies years of controlled waiting, emotional discipline, and silent endurance. Patience is invisible to the eye, but it's the foundation of every visible profit. The traders who win long-term aren't faster, smarter, or luckier. They're calmer. They've trained their minds to wait when others rush, to hold when others fold, and to think when others react. And that's the psychology of patience. It's not just the ability to wait, it's the ability to stay peaceful while waiting. Because the market doesn't reward impatience, it rewards mastery of emotion. So remember this: if you master patience, consistency follows automatically. And where there's consistency, profit is inevitable. Patience isn't built in a day. It's forged in repetition, in the quiet discipline of doing the right thing when no one is watching. You can't just tell yourself to be patient. You have to train it day after day until it becomes your default state. Every trader says they want consistency, but consistency isn't something you find. It's something you become. You don't achieve consistency through luck or shortcuts. You achieve it by mastering your responses to uncertainty. And that starts with how you train your mind. The mind learns through repetition, so if you repeatedly react to fear, your brain wires that reaction into habit. If you repeatedly overtrade when bored, your brain normalizes it. The key to mastery is awareness. You can't control what you don't notice. From this moment, make a decision. Every time you feel an emotional impulse to chase, to double down, to revenge trade, stop for 5 seconds. Breathe. Write down what you feel. Don't fight the emotion, observe it. Awareness is the first step to control. This simple act, observing instead of reacting, rewires your neural pathways. It creates space between emotion and action, and that space is where discipline lives. The best traders aren't emotionless, they just don't obey their emotions. Think of patience like a muscle. You can't grow it by reading about it. You have to exercise it. The gym for patience is the market itself. Every chart, every price movement, every fake out is a chance to practice control. Each time you wait for confirmation instead of jumping early, you strengthen that muscle. But here's the truth most traders avoid. Patience feels uncomfortable. It's boring. It's slow. It's the opposite of what dopamine-driven minds crave. We want action, excitement, the rush of being in the market. That's why impatience is so powerful. It disguises itself as productivity. But in trading, action without clarity is chaos. Every impulsive trade might give you a few seconds of satisfaction, but it steals from your long-term consistency. Patience does the opposite. It feels uncomfortable now, but it pays you later. The market punishes those who crave instant gratification and rewards those who delay it. When you can delay gratification, when you can hold your ground while your brain screams for action, that's when your evolution begins. Train your patience like you train your edge. Backtest it. Practice it. Pick one day a week where you only watch the charts without trading. Force yourself to wait. Study how your emotions behave in silence, because that silence is where mastery lives. The traders who lack patience confuse movement with progress. They think more trades mean more opportunities, but in reality, more trades often mean more mistakes. True consistency comes from precision, waiting for the market to align with your rules, not your emotions. When you master patience, your trading shifts from chaos to calm. You stop chasing setups. You start allowing setups to come to you. You stop trying to predict. You begin to respond. You trade less, but you earn more. You think slower, but you act sharper. You start realizing that patience doesn't cost you profits, impatience does. And slowly, your identity changes. You're no longer the trader reacting to the market, you're the observer guiding it from within. You stop being controlled by the candle and start being guided by your plan. But let's be honest, staying patient isn't easy, especially when losses pile up or when the market moves without you. That's when most traders break. They think, I missed the move, I need to catch the next one. That one thought is where discipline dies. Because patience isn't about missing opportunities, it's about avoiding traps. The move you missed today will happen again tomorrow, but the capital you lose chasing it might never come back. Patience is a long-term investment in your mindset. It might not give you immediate satisfaction, but it gives you longevity, and longevity is the only way to consistency. Every professional trader will tell you this. Patience is not passive, it's active discipline. It's choosing not to trade when every part of your mind is begging you to click buy. It's choosing boredom over chaos, logic over emotion, data over impulse. So the next time you feel FOMO creeping in, repeat this out loud. If I miss this trade, I lose nothing. If I chase it, I lose control. Say it until it becomes instinct. Your mind obeys what it hears most often. Feed it discipline, not desperation. There's a reason patience and consistency are inseparable, because patience protects your process. Without patience, you deviate from your rules. You cut winners too soon and let losers run too long. You exit trades out of fear and enter out of boredom. In short, you destroy the very system designed to help you win. When you cultivate patience, you cultivate trust. Trust in your plan, in your process, and in yourself. You no longer need the market to validate you. You stop measuring your worth by your last trade. You start measuring it by your ability to stay calm, follow your rules, and let the probabilities play out. That's what consistency really means. It's not about avoiding losses. It's about maintaining discipline no matter what the outcome. Because patience and consistency are two sides of the same coin. Patience creates space for clarity. Clarity leads to consistency, and consistency, over time, leads to profit.
Every trader reaches a breaking point. That moment when your screen feels like a mirror reflecting your doubts back at you. When every red candle feels personal. When every missed opportunity feels like proof that you're falling behind. This is the moment patience feels impossible. But it's also the moment that defines your future. Because patience isn't tested in calm markets, it's tested in chaos. Anyone can be patient when everything's going well. The true test comes when the market turns against you, when the drawdown hurts, when your system stops performing and your confidence starts to fade. That's where most traders lose themselves. They think patience means waiting quietly while they suffer. But real patience isn't passive surrender, it's active control. It's looking chaos in the eye and saying, I don't need to react. I choose to wait. Every drawdown feels personal, but it's not. It's the market reminding you that consistency is born through discomfort. Every losing streak, every sideways market, every missed setup is training your endurance. When the market feels unbearable, don't walk away in defeat. Sit with the discomfort. Study it, learn from it. Ask yourself, what is this moment teaching me about myself? Because the market's lessons aren't written in profits, they're written in pain. Patience is emotional maturity in action. It's the ability to sit in uncertainty without needing to fix it immediately. Most traders treat uncertainty like a threat. They need closure, they need certainty, they need results now. But mastery begins when you stop needing the market to comfort you. The impatient trader looks for relief. The patient trader looks for understanding. The difference is monumental. Relief is temporary. Understanding lasts forever. When you build that emotional tolerance, you begin to detach from outcomes. A losing trade no longer breaks you. A winning trade no longer inflates your ego. You start seeing both as data, not identity. That's when you stop trading for validation and start trading for growth. Every successful trader has walked through the valley of frustration. They've experienced the sting of doing everything right and still losing. They've faced nights of doubt where giving up felt easier than staying disciplined. But they stayed. They endured. They kept showing up, not because it felt good, but because they understood that consistency is born in repetition, not emotion. You cannot control the market, but you can always control your reaction to it. And that's the foundation of patience. Right now, write this down. My emotions are not instructions. They are signals, not orders. The next time you feel fear or greed, don't act on it. Analyze it. Ask, why am I feeling this? And respond with logic, not impulse. This one principle can save you from years of frustration. Because impatience isn't just about wanting things fast, it's about believing you need them fast to feel safe. And that belief keeps you trapped in cycles of emotional trading. Professionals break that cycle through structure. They journal every trade, track their emotions, and review their reactions. They turn psychology into data. Over time, they learn their triggers, the thoughts that lead to bad decisions, the feelings that cause hesitation, the conditions that tempt them to overtrade. And then they build systems to counter them. It's not that they never feel fear or greed, it's that they never let those feelings control the wheel. Patience grows when your process becomes stronger than your emotions. But here's the hard truth. Patience is lonely. It's not celebrated. No one claps for the trade you didn't take, for the time you chose to wait, or for the decision to close your laptop and walk away. There's no applause for restraint. But in those silent victories, consistency is built. Because every time you resist the need for action, you build emotional equity, the mental capital that keeps you calm when others panic. And that's the real wealth of trading. Emotional stability. The ability to stay centered no matter what the chart shows you. Pause and repeat this to yourself. My patience is my edge. Say it out loud, write it somewhere visible. Every time you feel frustration rising, look at those words, because in that moment, your patience is what separates you from the 90% who quit. The reason most traders fail isn't lack of strategy, it's lack of patience under pressure. They want the reward without enduring the process. They want the freedom without surviving the discomfort. They forget that trading isn't just about money. It's about mastering human behavior, your behavior. Patience isn't the absence of movement, it's the control of timing. You move when your setup aligns, not when your emotions do. You wait when others rush, not because you're slow, but because you're strategic. This emotional patience is what allows professionals to think clearly during chaos. When everyone else is losing control, they're calmly executing. When others panic, they prepare. When others quit, they persist. The result is consistency, not because the market changed, but because their mindset did. The longer you trade, the clearer it becomes. Profits follow patience always, because patience allows you to survive long enough for probabilities to work in your favor. It gives your edge the time it needs to show up. In the end, consistency is never a result of perfection, it's the reward for endurance.
Patience is not something you wake up with. It's something you build, moment by moment. You can't meditate your way into it, and you can't fake it under pressure. Patience is a skill, and like every skill, it grows through intentional practice. Most traders believe patience comes naturally with time. It doesn't. Time doesn't teach discipline. Reflection does. You don't become patient by simply trading longer. You become patient by trading consciously, by using every mistake as feedback instead of frustration. The first step in building patience is routine. Without structure, emotions take control. A daily routine isn't about rigidity, it's about clarity. When you wake up at the same time, analyze charts at the same time, and follow a defined pre-trade checklist, you're training your brain to associate order with control. And where there's control, patience can grow. If you don't already have one, create a trading ritual today. It doesn't have to be complicated, just consistent. Maybe it's reviewing your journal before each session, or writing one affirmation on a sticky note. I trade my plan, not my emotions. Rituals build habits, and habits build patience. The second step is slowing down your decision-making. Most traders act too quickly because silence makes them uncomfortable. They confuse speed with skill. But every professional knows speed kills clarity. When you slow down your analysis, you activate the logical part of your brain, the part that calculates risk and sees probabilities instead of possibilities. If your patience breaks easily, your pace is too fast. When you slow down, your decisions become deliberate instead of reactive. The third step is journaling. A trading journal isn't just a record of wins and losses. It's a mirror reflecting your mind. Write what you felt before and after each trade. Note when impatience appeared. Over time, patterns emerge, the moments you overtrade, the times you hesitate, the triggers that make you emotional. Those patterns reveal exactly where your patience is weakest. Starting today, commit to writing 3 sentences after every session. What did I feel? What triggered it? What can I do differently next time? That's it. Simple, honest reflection. That's how patience turns from theory into transformation. The fourth step, embrace boredom. The most dangerous state for a trader is boredom, because boredom demands relief. And in trading, that relief often comes through unnecessary risk. The truth is, boredom is part of mastery. When you can sit through slow markets without chasing trades, you've already won. The patient trader sees boredom as an opportunity to rest, review, or prepare. They understand that doing nothing is sometimes the most profitable action possible. It's easy to act when the market is exciting. The real test is to not act when there's nothing to do. Patience is about emotional neutrality. It's about staying calm through both excitement and fear, through winning streaks and losing streaks. That balance is what creates consistency, because consistency requires emotional stability. The fifth step, reframe waiting. Most traders see waiting as wasted time. Professionals see it as preparation. Waiting gives clarity space to appear. The longer you observe without reacting, the more data you absorb. The more data you absorb, the better your decisions become. In that stillness, confidence grows. You begin to trust your plan, your timing, your process. That's what turns hesitation into control, and control into consistency. The next time you feel frustrated because you're not trading, remind yourself, I'm not waiting, I'm preparing. Write it somewhere you can see it, because the moment you see waiting as strength, your patience stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like power. And finally, patience grows through forgiveness. You will make mistakes. You will break your rules. You will lose money from impatience. That's part of the process. The key is not to shame yourself, but to study yourself. Each lapse in patience is a lesson in disguise. Forgive the mistake, document it, and move forward wiser than before. Because guilt drains energy, but reflection builds resilience. Patience doesn't mean never failing. It means learning faster than your frustration. Every great trader you admire has walked through this same fire, learning to slow down, reflect, and refine. They've turned emotional chaos into calm execution, and that shift didn't happen in a day. It happened in hundreds of quiet moments where they chose patience over panic, clarity over chaos, and discipline over emotion. Consistency is the reward for that choice, and it's a choice you can make right now. Patience isn't built by the market, it's built by how you respond to it. Every tick, every candle, every loss is training you. The question is, are you paying attention or are you reacting?
When you begin to see patience not as delay, but as strategy, that's when everything changes. Because in the end, the most consistent profits come from the calmest minds.
At some point in your journey, you'll realize trading was never about money. It was never about the charts or the setups or even the wins. It was always about you. The market is just the mirror, showing you who you are when pressure hits, when fear whispers, and when hope blinds. And in that mirror, patience becomes the reflection of your growth. When you started, you probably thought trading was about making money fast. You chased setups, hunted volatility, and tried to outsmart the market. But over time, the truth became impossible to ignore. Speed destroys clarity, and impulse destroys consistency. The traders who make it aren't the fastest. They're the ones who learned to wait. They built their edge not through prediction, but through patience. They learned that every profitable move begins long before the entry, in the stillness, in the planning, in the waiting. So pause for a moment. Look at where you are right now. Are you reacting to the market or are you responding with intention? Write it down, because your answer today will determine the trader you become tomorrow. Consistency doesn't come from winning every trade. It comes from trading with consistency of mind. It's built from thousands of small, disciplined decisions, closing early when your rules say so, staying out when your edge isn't present, walking away when emotions rise. Each one of those choices builds a layer of trust between you and your process. That trust is what keeps you calm when the market turns. It's what allows you to sit through drawdowns without panic and wait for your strategy to play out. The secret most beginners miss is this: patience compounds. Every day you practice patience, your emotional control strengthens. Every time you wait for confirmation, your discipline compounds. Over months and years, that patience turns into consistency, and consistency turns into confidence. And once confidence is grounded in discipline, not emotion, profit becomes a natural byproduct. That's why the best traders look effortless. They're not lucky, they're patient. They've put in years of repetition to build reflexes that stay calm under pressure. Their profits are simply the visible result of invisible control. So repeat this until it sticks. I don't chase profits. I attract them through patience. Say it again and again, because what you believe shapes how you behave, and how you behave defines how you trade. When patience becomes your foundation, trading stops feeling chaotic. You start to notice how calm decisions compound, how slow progress becomes sustainable, and how discipline transforms into freedom. The irony of trading is that the more you slow down, the faster your growth accelerates. Because patience filters out emotional noise, it gives you clarity, and clarity is where consistency is born. The impatient trader is like a gambler, desperate to make something happen. The patient trader is like an architect, building structure one brick at a time. Both experience failure, but only one learns from it. Every day, the market asks you one question. Can you wait? Can you wait for your setup? Can you wait through uncertainty? Can you wait long enough to let probability do its work? Those who answer yes eventually see what others never will, that success isn't a single trade or a lucky streak. It's the quiet accumulation of patience expressed over time. So if you're serious about mastering this game, make a promise to yourself right now to never rush your process again, to let patience be your strategy, your discipline, your power. Say it out loud. I will wait for my edge. I will protect my calm. I will let patience create my profit. Because the truth is, consistency isn't something you chase. It's something that finds you when your patience is strong enough. When you master your patience, you master your emotions. When you master your emotions, you master your decisions. And when you master your decisions, you master the market. The difference between those who quit and those who succeed isn't luck or intelligence or strategy. It's endurance.
It's the courage to keep showing up with calm discipline even when nothing seems to work. It's the belief that waiting is not weakness, but wisdom. Trading isn't about doing more. It's about becoming more focused, more patient, more consistent. Because the markets will always test you. But if you've trained your mind to remain patient, you'll pass every test with clarity and confidence. So let this be your reminder. Patience is not just a trading skill, it's a life skill. The longer you can wait with discipline, the greater your results will be, both in the market and beyond it. Success is never sudden. It's built one decision, one moment of restraint, one act of patience at a time. Because in the end, patience is the bridge between who you are now and the trader you're destined to become. And once you walk across that bridge, consistency, confidence, and profit will follow naturally. Don't miss the next lesson. Subscribe now.